need to laugh, and when the sun is out, I've got something I can laugh about.
Time now to return to Merry England to see how my cousin Susan's getting on. When we last left her, she was working as a stock clerk at her dad's service station. But in 1967, she got married and homesteaded in Burkett Road, Sheffield. Like many English streets, parking is a problem. Also present at the occasion were, from left to right, my Aunt Molly, my Gran, and my mom. The lucky man was David, or Dick, Wright. He was a train fireman, but in no time became a British Railways engineer. Sorry, Dick, I just couldn't find any English railroad songs.
Hear the mighty rush of the engine, hear that lonesome hobo squall. We're riding through to Dixie on the Wabash Cannonball.
They also moved to Crofton Rise, which kind of looks like one of Pete Seeger's little boxes, but is definitely a step up. In 1972, young Julie made her appearance, followed 30 months later by Katie. You do the maths. Here they are with my mom. They grew, kids do, you know, and the family moved to Wentworth Road in Dronfield Woodhouse. This, for geography buffs, is kind of halfway between Sheffield and Chesterfield. In this 1987 shot, Katie, Susan, Dick and Julie are vacationing in Wales.
Roll out those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer.
Susan's always been a take charge kind of gal, and she took a post in a local pub's kitchen, cooking, ordering food, and even running the place when the head chef was off. In 1995, Katie got engaged to her steady beau, Daniel. At the same time, more or less, Julie decided to seek, if not fame and fortune, some adventure in the new world.
Does it seem so inviting?
In 1991, she went to the States as an au pair and met and married Thad Voorhees. Son David came along in 97 and became the third native-born North American in the family. Susan and Dick flew over to visit the newcomer and celebrated their 30th anniversary in the US of A. But while some marriages may be made in heaven, quite a few end up someplace else. And in 1999, Julie and David were back in England. Here's the whole family on parade. Standing are Katie's Dan, Dick, Julie, and my Uncle Jack. And seated below we see Katie, Aunt Kath, David, and Susan. In 2001, Susan and Dick followed in her maternal grandfather's footsteps by moving south. They hitched up their metaphorical wagon, loaded the family heirlooms, and trekked down to Cullompton, a sleepy town in eastern Devon. This was a very practical move, as the year before they'd become park assistants at Forest Glade, a nearby resort. Dick had decided to leave the train driving line. Ouch. People kept jumping in front of them, which he found more than a little upsetting. In 2002, Katie and faithful beau Dan tied the knot. Dan's a self-employed plumber, while Katie tried a number of gigs before becoming a reflexologist. Katie, I tell you, this ex-runner narrator would love for you to get your hands on him. They now have a millionaire's family, son Joseph, born in 2003, and Francesca May, who came along in 2006. They live in Buxton, a town in Derbyshire, close to the beautiful Peak District. While still working at Forest Glade, Susan and Dick moved again in 2006, this time a mere 5 miles west to Tiverton, another small country town. Julie's resettled back home and is an accountant in charge of a chemical company office. David no doubt has acquired an English accent, yet he still looks American to me. In 2009, my Aunt Kath, Susan's mom, passed away in her 96th year. And so we close the chapter on Kath and Uncle Jack's history, with a still growing family tree. Although it'll be a few years before we see what David, Joseph and Francesca get up to.